Hey you guys! So today's video is all about this kind of glowy, glittery, bright, smoky, glam makeup look that I'm wearing right now. It's not a full-blown tutorial. I didn't include any of my complexion stuff because I feel like it gets kind of boring, and I really just wanted to focus this video around the eye look and on reviewing and testing out the Christen Dominique Latte Palette. So yeah, what you have here is a 10-pan eyeshadow palette. There are 7 mattes and 3 shimmers. You'll have to watch the video to get an overall opinion of how I feel about it, but I will just give you a little spoiler alert to say that I'm very surprised. Very pleasantly surprised about this eyeshadow palette. If you're new here, my name is Whitney. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure you subscribe before you head out. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, hit the bell and all will be swell. I'm trying to like turn that into like a song. Like, you know how Kimberly Clark does, what I'm not gonna buy. I wanna do that with hit the bell and all will be swell. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. Stay tuned. Also, while we're at it, don't forget to find me on Instagram. I said in my last video that I'm trying to focus a lot more attention and energy toward Instagram, and Instagram stories is like my favorite thing in the whole world right now. I'm having so much fun with it, so please come hang out with me there. I would love to have you. So without any further ado, let's just get started. Alrighty guys, so here we are. This is the palette. Sorry if I am blinding you. This is the Christen Dominique Latte Palette. I would like to ask you guys a question really quick before we get started. When it comes to me doing palette reviews, which I love doing eyeshadow palette reviews, I feel like it's the thing I've done the most reviews of here on my channel. Would you really like to see me do multiple looks with the palette? If I do that, it will take me longer to put the video up, but at least that way you can kind of get an idea for like several things you could do with it. Today we're just gonna do the one look, and I'm feeling like doing something kind of bronzy and smoky with like a bold lip. I haven't done something like that yet since the weather has heated up. My first impression of this palette when I first saw it was pretty good. I scooted into Ulta the other day and saw this guy and figured I would pick him up and try him because I'm very intrigued. Just watch the colors on their own, especially the mattes, which is mostly what this palette is comprised of. I am very impressed with this. This is not exactly a perfect indication of how they will perform on the eyes, but just like I said, first impression, I'm very impressed with the texture, the pigmentation, all that good stuff with the mattes, and I like the fact that it's mostly a matte palette. I'm gonna start off with the color Caramel right here. I'm gonna start off with my Smith 232 brush and just put this all in my upper crease. So lately with my transition color, I have literally been taking this in very lightly. You don't want to go too dark with this. Normally I start out here and I used to fade upwards into my inner corner, but lately I've still been keeping the most of the pigmentation out here, but lightly fading it in right here, right near my brow. And it looks really weird right now, but once I do like the rest of my makeup, it will kind of make sense. But it just creates like an immediate definition of my nose, and it really just kind of makes my face look a little bit more symmetrical. Somehow it makes my eyes look more open. I was binge watching YouTube a couple weeks ago and I came across this tip. I wish I could remember who exactly shared it, but I've been doing it and I really like it. The shade that I'm working with right now, I really like it. Typically with transition shades, I can never say that word right. Typically with transition colors, I like to gravitate more towards something pink or neutral, something in that family. Something too warm on me, I'm just not the biggest fan of. I feel like this shade is the perfect warm, neutral transition color. This feels like already a palette that I feel like I could travel with, and I also feel like it's something that I would pull for time and again, especially when I just need to bust out a really pretty glam look, but I don't want any muss or fuss involved. And the blendability is very impressive. Next, I'm gonna go in with the color Pumpkin Spice. It's just this really nice kind of true matte orange shade. I know I just said I don't want to go anything with too orange, but I feel like what I want to do is go really warm in the crease and then take this dark brown shade and use it to create like a really smoky kind of warm contrast. I want to use as many shades as possible in the palette, and this is my Smith 235 brush. So far, I have had zero fallout. I've said a million times I don't really care too much about fallout as it pertains to whether or not I would like an eyeshadow palette or an eyeshadow formula, because I don't ever do my eyes after I've done my complexion makeup. I feel like at this juncture, I could have went ahead and done my complexion makeup first. I would have probably not had any issues with my eyeshadow ruining my complexion makeup, so that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna take the color Hazelnut on my Wayne Goss number 3. When you're trying to work with this palette, like, you do not have to do much to get this pigment off, and it's not particularly dusty, which is super cool. I feel like these are some of the better formulated shadows I've come across recently in terms of matte. Next, I'm moving on to the color Mocha on a smaller brush. This is my MAC 221. Just gonna add a lot more of this in the outer corner to make it really, really smoky. This isn't like a groundbreaking tutorial. I really just wanted to try out the shadows. She did an exceptional job on these shadows, you guys. Like, they're just so easy to work with. Obviously, the color scheme that we're working with here in terms of what's in this palette isn't the most groundbreaking thing I've ever seen, at least as far as the neutrals are concerned, but the formulation is just incredible. So the 3 lid colors in here are pretty cool toned. You kind of have like a cool toned, taupey, shimmery color, something a little bit more pink, and then something a little bit more bronze, but they're all fairly cool toned, which was kind of a surprise to me. I'm gonna do a cut crease, but I really want to make sure that the lid color here stands out, because as we get towards the end of the look, I want to add some glitter and shimmer and things like that to it. So I'm gonna take this Makeup Forever Aqua XL cream shadow in the color I-50 on a flat brush. I'm just gonna lay it down in the areas that I'm going to lay down the shimmery eyeshadow I'm gonna go in with, and we'll go from there. So that's my cream shadow down. I'm gonna go in with the color Creme Brulee, this one right here. So this color is very pretty. It's gorgeous. I didn't apply it wet. Now I did apply that shimmery cream shadow underneath it, but to be honest, sometimes when I do, you can go look at my old videos. Sometimes when I'm doing a look like this, I will just apply a shimmery cream shadow underneath a shimmery shadow. Because I have hooded eyes, sometimes when I look up or look around once my look is completed, it will transfer the shadow onto my lashes. So something like this kind of helps adhere it better. And I think the color is really, really gorgeous. Like, I love this color. So I'm gonna turn the camera off, do all my complexion makeup, and when I come back, I will do the rest of the eyeshadow look and my lashes, and we will wrap this up. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to doing my lower lash line. So I'm going to mix caramel and pumpkin spice together on my brush and then run it underneath my lash line. These shadows are just really beautiful. The slightly smaller brush, I'm going to take Hazelnut and really start using this closer to the lash line to create a lot of depth and drama. You guys know it's my favorite part of my makeup to do, so you already know this is going to be a little large and in charge. Okay, so I'm going to take a brown eyeliner and start running this in my waterline and a little bit underneath my lashes. I'm going to try to keep it away from the inner corner because I think I want to add a little sparkle and glitter in that area, so I don't want to make it dark. And after I do that, I will immediately go in with a stiff, kind of straight, smudgy brush just to add the mocha color in and just give us a really smoky, dark effect. So just because I can't help myself, I really wanted to try to stay within this palette, but I am going to take some NARS NARS Coconut Grove just to add a little bit more depth in the outer corner. I don't know, I just feel like it makes the eyeshadow look, especially on me, when my objective is to have the lightest color in the center and it get darker on the outer corner. That's what helps me open up my eyes because I have pretty small eyes and I have hooded eyes. This is just what works for me. You don't have to do it, but I always poke like a little bit of a dark shade, whether it's black or this one. But yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna poke this in the outer corner and then we will move on to lashes and maybe some blingy stuff. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in the color Midnight Cowboy and just kind of put a little bit on the inner part of the mobile lid and then just kind of a little bit in the tear duct because I'm just feeling like going for it, I guess. Okay, so these are the Lilly lashes in the faux style. These are the Faux Mykonos lashes. I have never used Lilly lashes before, but I was just feeling like trying something new. So hopefully I like these because I have been die-hard for Flutter Lashes Intoxicating for like 2 years or something crazy. Ooh, these are super thick, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like I literally don't know how I feel about this. You know how like when you get your lashes and I would say like maybe it's like the 3rd time you've worn them and it's like that amazing sweet spot. Like these are nowhere near that. Like by the 3rd time you wear them, I feel like they've really like formed to your eye and you know, you literally just pop them on like a pair of shoes. And these are just like not, these are not my friends right now. I have to fix all this glue. Lashes are so stressful. I am always talking about how easy they are to put on, but like low-key, it's the part of my look that I kind of hate actually doing the most, but I like the way it looks more than I hate it, so I don't know if that makes any sense. So it's really weird, like I think they're pretty, but I feel like they look like 2 different lashes. Like, am I crazy? This one's really thick, right? And I didn't put them on backwards, like I made triple sure. This is like kind of separated and kind of like you can see like little like, I don't know, like wispies in here. And this is kind of more uniform. I don't know, it's fine I guess. Might take a little getting used to because they're super thick, but I have another pair. Maybe I'll order some more and try to figure out which Lilly lash is right for me so I can get glitchy glam. So I'm going in with red lip liner from MAC. Stick, I'm gonna take Anastasia Beverly Hills Spicy. Okay, you guys, so this is the completed look. Very glowy, very glittery. I didn't include the complexion part of the video because I'm thinking about cutting that out altogether just so I can film more tutorials and they can be much quicker. On top of that, this is also supposed to be kind of a demo and a review of the palette. So let's kind of sum up what I think about all this really quick. So if I had to rate the Christen Dominique Latte Palette on a scale of 1 to 5, what would I give it? I would give it a hard 5. So the blendability, the pigmentation, the color combinations, like they seem very kind of run-of-the-mill. Like for example, this eye looks like any neutral eye in the world, but in person I can tell you that these warm colors blend together in one of the most beautiful ways I've ever seen. Like this look is still smoky, it's still glam, it's still warm. I really don't like when my eyes look too warm, like too orange. That kind of doesn't look very flattering on me, I feel like. And this still gives me a lot of warmth, but it's still very beautiful, soft, and glamorous. The pigmentation of the mattes is insane. Like these are some of the best matte shadows I've ever worked with. I'm absolutely in love. Shimmers, like especially the one that I used today, honestly, like it was a beautiful color. It was really pretty swatch, but I like it better on the eye than I even liked it when it was swatched. Like the way it played together with this look and the way that like it looks very expensive on the eye. It's super gorgeous. The packaging is really nice, but it's white, so naturally it's going to get pretty dirty, and that sort of bothers me when my packaging, I mean my makeup's always dirty. I don't know why I'm sitting here fronting, but like I don't like it when my makeup starts to look too grubby, so I'll have to stay on top of it to keep it clean. Very beautiful packaging, very sleek, very glamorous. I really love it. I would say this is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes I've ever used, and I will definitely be checking out more of Christen's products as they come out. Congratulations, Christen, you did an amazing job, and I'm sure your makeup line is going to be extremely successful if everything continues to be on par with this. Alright you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you subscribe if you have not and hit that notification bell. Do not forget the notification bell, because if you haven't hit it yet, you've probably been missing a lot of my videos and you probably will continue to miss a lot of my videos. I hope you're doing absolutely wonderful. Check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms as well as information about all the products to use today, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you more than you'll ever know. Bye!